What's going on, everyone? And thank you for tuning in to the MLS Cup Playoff live stream. Good Lord, man. Seattle Sounders versus the Houston Dynamo. And I got to be honest with you guys, I am absolutely fired up for this one. Obviously, it goes without saying that I have a little bias. And that bias is heavily slanted towards my Seattle Sounders. As we are about 10 minutes out, I believe, from the opening kick. And this is going to be an interesting matchup. Both teams coming in a little, a little hot. Head to head, obviously, the Sounders. The last time these two matched up, Seattle got the better of them, 1-0. Obviously, the 2-2 prior to that. So Seattle has actually had a very good record head-to-head versus the Houston Dynamo, as you can see on your screen. Overall, Seattle leads the holds the head-to-head. Tonight's lineup, the starting lineup for the Houston Dynamo in net will be Clark. The back four is going to be Dorsey, Sievichenko, Michael, and then Escobar. The double pivot is going to be Herrera and Artur. Alayu, Bassi, and Cascaria will be your midfield, and the Ponce is going to be up top. For the Sounders, in net's going to be Stefan Fry. Your back four is going to be Nuhu, Jackson Reagan, Yaimar, and Alex Roldan. The double pivot of João Paulo and Christian Roldan. And in the midfield is going to be Rothrock, Rusnak, De La Vega, and up top will be Jordan Morris. No Obed Varga tonight because obviously he caught the red card last time out, so he will be out, which is going to be interesting. So João Paulo comes back into it, and here we are. I look at this matchup kind of interesting. Considering that the last time these two teams met up, Seattle got the best of Houston. So in my mind, I'm wondering if that's going to be weighing on Houston's mind, if there's going to be a little bit of a get back. But that being said, the match is, obviously in Seattle. And the Sounders historically have done very well against the Houston Dynamo at home, with the next fixture coming in Houston. Here's the interesting thing, man. How is this going to play out? And what I mean by that is there going to be goal contributions from outside of Albert Rusnak and Jordan Morris? Very interesting question, because when we see Jordan Morris and Albert Rusnak not necessarily be the sole contributors, it almost feels like the Sounders end up winning when they're getting it from different sources. So to me, that's going to be the interesting. That's going to be an interesting point on this one. Also, what type of Jordan Morris are we going to get tonight? It's going over the course of the last 5 matches, I think Jordan only had a game where he only had one contribution in the last 5. So I'm very good. I'm very looking forward, very interested in seeing how that's going to play out, because Jordan obviously is going to be a key focal point for the Sounders tonight. The ability of him and with his hold-up play, his ability to attack the channels, putting goal on net. Also, the combination of Rothrock and De La Vega. Listen, man, it goes without saying that both of these wingers run hot and cold. But that being said, man, we're in the playoffs. Obviously, it matters. And for me, the only thing I really care about is the ability to move forward. Last time out, the Sounders had a hard, that Cascadia matchup against Portland was an interesting, which was an interesting expose on, chance creation, because we saw in that first half all the way, until we got up to the set piece where Yaimar scored, Seattle was very disjointed through the middle, through the mid part. Had a hard time getting forward, had a hard time having Jordan Morris break free to get on net. It just was I hate to use this term, man. It just was a clusterfuck for like a good 25 minutes until Seattle broke through. In this game, it's for me in this match right here, it's who's going to be consistent through the midfield, who's going to be able to have that service. Are we going to see De La Vega be able to contribute tonight? Is he going to be a force outright? To me, that's actually as big. It's probably as big or as bigger, just considering that we've only seen like glimpses of what he possibly can be. I think a lot of that has to do with him being pretty much out for the majority of this year. So he has, it's the ability to get ingrained and to be embedded in this starting 11. But that being said, we also know that Paul Rothrock has been hot and cold as well too. So to me, this is not just about Rusnak and Morris. It's also about just goal contributions, being able to set up this attack, being able to be clean and decisive through the midfield. And if Seattle's able to do that, then this thing is going to be a walk. The other side of the coin, though, for Houston, right? Who is going to be responsible for man marking Herrera? That dude's ability to turn and move up the pitch is absolutely fantastic. His ability to set up and free dudes like Ponce, Bossy. It's going to be interesting to see how Houston's going to be able to weave through our back four. I have a lot of confidence in our back four's ability. And I'm just, this is to me, it's a very interesting matchup, man. I do believe I have faith in the Sounders 100%. They're the better team. So there's that. Oh, also last night in Major League Soccer, LAFC gets their first win of the playoffs, a 2-1 victory over Vancouver. Although Vancouver did get the second half stoppage time goal, but that being said, because this is not a home and home two-leg aggregate, it just means that they lost. That's unfortunate. That's the thing is I absolutely hate this first round setup. I am not a fan of the three games in the first round, right? To me, it's all about the home and home, but it is what it is. Of course, Miami did end up beating Atlanta United in the first one. In their first game a couple nights ago here on the YouTube channel. And just let me pull this up real quick. I apologize for that. Let's see what we got here. All right. So let's see what we got here. Oh, yeah. And LAFC absolutely dominated Colorado. Orlando beat Charlotte 2-0. So far, outside of the two play-in games, we've had four finals right now. Obviously, LAFC able to get past Vancouver, and actually it seemed pretty comfortable. Vancouver just could not handle the speed of LAFC, and that's the interesting thing. I actually thought Charlotte was actually going to be a little bit more competitive. That ended up not happening. So there's that. So we're just waiting right now for the start of the match here. Listen, man. I'm looking forward to this, man. Here's the thing. The knock on Seattle all year was like the mojo is gone from this team. And yet from April 28th all the way to the end of the season, Seattle, especially in the second half, is next to Miami, has been one of the best teams in Major League Soccer. And I think that kind of goes without saying. They did it. This actually might be Brian Schmetzer's best coaching job in Seattle. And, that's actually saying something considering we've had absolute brilliant seasons under his helm. And of course, Schmetzer just agreed to the contract extension. But take a look in totality of the job that he's done this year, right? When you think about what he had to overcome. The first month of the season was an absolute wash. He was dealing with injuries. He didn't have his full squad out there. And then when he did, it took a while. It took a while for this team to gel. But once that happened, and you saw exactly what this team is absolutely capable of, and then when they finally got De La Vega into the fold, this team has been absolutely brilliant. But when you look at the fact that this team, I don't know what you guys felt about this team, but I thought this was going to be a bottom half playoff team at best, and they exceeded my expectations. So I'm absolutely thrilled with that. But I definitely think this was Schmetzer's best coaching job. Go ahead and let me know how you guys feel. Go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button, and also hit the notification bell as well too. But also, if you want to be a part of tonight's live stream, go ahead and hit the chat as well too. But yeah, that I really do believe that this is Brian Schmetzer's best coaching job as head coach of the Sounders, and again, that's saying a lot considering he has 2 MLS Cups and a CONCACAF Champions League under his belt. It's just when you look at the season in totality and you look at what he had to endure, 100%. Like I don't think you can question that. Oh, by the way, no Obed Vargas today. He's on the red. I think I mentioned that earlier. So the double pivot's going to be Paolo and Roldan. I love this. I love this lineup. What I like most about it is going to be that defensive back four and their ability to maintain, because having to deal with Hector Herrera, Bosty, and Ponce, it's going to be interesting to see how that plays. But that being said, man, I kind of like what Ben Olsen is throwing out there for Houston. So I think these two teams are going to be evenly matched. I do give the nod to Seattle for obvious reasons, because I just think they're the better team. But that being said, what I would like to see early is the Sounders in command, getting that early goal and setting the tone. I would much rather see Seattle dictate the terms of this match. I would like to see clean, fluid passes through the middle of the park, something we didn't see against Portland. I don't know how you guys felt about that Portland match, but I actually thought the first 35 minutes were absolute dog shit until they found like a semblance of stability. But that being said, they just couldn't figure out a way to break down Portland's back four. So I would like to see that early. Jordan Morris, I believed he actually set his own career high this year, this season with goals in MLS competition with 13. He's going to, that's going to be the bread and butter for the Sounders tonight. The ability to get the ball in advantageous positions for Jordan Morris to put the ball in the back of the net. Albert Rusnik, depending on the situations. But that being said, I'm going my prediction for this one. I'm going to say 3-1. That's what I'm going to say. 3-1 Sounders. As we're getting set for this one right now, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button. Also, go ahead and hit the notification bell as well too, so you don't miss out on any content. We have a video dropping tomorrow, and that is going to be our weekly Yanks Abroad as we recap U.S. men's national team players abroad. Very good weekend for a few players. Malik Tillman, Ricardo Pepi had very good weekends. The return of Tyler Adams, which was huge for the U.S. men's national team. So make sure you hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on that. But yeah, tonight's all about the Sounders. And I make no bones, man. I'm a Sounders dude. I'm a homer when it comes to it. Yeah, dude, I remember 2009 and just how electric the city was. I will always carry that. The first 5 years as this team was finding its identity as a franchise, some of the best times at Lumen Field. So I make no bones about it. Yes, I tried to be, somewhere in the middle, but when it comes to these live streams, obviously, dude, I carry the crest. So yeah. So when it comes to my predictions, of course, I'm going to take the Sounders without a doubt. But if you guys want to be a part of tonight's show, go ahead and hit the chat room. We got one right now from Keith Lyons. When does the game start? It starts in a few minutes, actually. Right now, we are just waiting for kickoff. Yeah. So, hey, by the way, Keith, who do you got tonight? Let me know. Let me know who you got. So I think we're about to start in 5 minutes. But that being said, give me your guys' prediction. Tell me who you feel wins it. Who do you think? Who do you like as man of the match? Who do you think is going to score the goals tonight? Let me know. That'd be awesome. If you want, and again, if you want to be a part of tonight's show, just hit the chat room, like and subscribe, do all that good stuff, and enjoy the stream tonight. So, I got this game at 3-1. I think the Sounders are going to win comfortably tonight, and I think we're going to start. I think we're going to see an early goal that sets the tone. I'm going to say it's going to be Jordan Morris, and I'm going to do it in the 26th minute with an assist from De La Vega. That's what I'm going to say. Early goal from Jordan. That's how it's going to play out. Sounders end up cruising to a 3-1 win. That's what I'm going to say. Let's see what we got. I got a bet on the over a 0.5 goals in the first half. LOL, I don't watch the MLS. Ha ha ha. Why is that? Why don't you watch the MLS, Keith? Let me know. Tell me what your beef is with Major League Soccer, because I probably have a hunch of what it is. But, here's the thing, right? Is Major League Soccer the Premier League? No, of course not. And I don't think anybody would mistake it for that. But what I will say is, I don't know if you guys are familiar. What was it? What's the name of the now I can't remember. Anyways, there was a publication that it's actually a very big publication. The name will come to me. It's right on the tip of my tongue. But they actually had Major League Soccer as the 9th best league in the world right now, which was up from 3 years prior when it was 15th. And that's a testament. That's a testament of how far this league has come from. Actually, what's interesting about this, if you're looking at the average age of rosters in Major League Soccer, it went down from 29 to 26. So it's letting you know that Major League Soccer teams are not just looking for old aging stars. They're actually investing in youth, especially from the South American countries. And of course, that shows across the league. One of the things that bugs me about Major League Soccer are the goofy roster rules. The thing about it is, it's I'll give you the salary cap this year was set at $5.3 million. That's not including DP salaries. Okay. When you add in DPs, usually it's somewhere at around 15, but because of the TAM and the GAM, and then of course you have to carry at least three American U23s or whatever it is. You're really locked into what you can and can't do, which is why we don't see a lot of loans from European countries. That's, if you're not going to have promotion and relegation, then raise the salary cap, right? Raise it to 10, raise it to 15, get rid of TAM and GAM, and then you can still have the DP. You lower the DPs from 3 to 1 and just allow teams to build their rosters any which way they choose, and you'll see the level of play vastly improve. Let's see what we got here. No beef. I just don't watch it. I'm from Ireland, so I only watch the Premier League, the Irish League, and then the big European games. Yeah, that's, by the way, that's pretty cool though. I was watching the Irish, I want to say it was Derry. Who was I watching? Dude, I do watch every once in a while. I will watch the Irish League. I actually think it's pretty fun. I think the league in the country itself has a lot of potential. 100%. And it's vastly different from Major League Soccer of 10 years ago. When Seattle brought in Clint Dempsey, it's just vastly different. Mauricio Pochettino is a huge signing for the U.S. men's national team, 100%. And if you watch Tottenham in the Mauricio Pochettino era, you understand just how technically gifted that manager is. Let me pull this up real quick. So let's see, the League of Ireland. Who was I watching? I was watching. Yeah, it was Derry City FC versus the Shamrock Rovers. Dude, the Irish League is the best, man. It's so it's the best. All right, so we are underway now, and Houston will have possession as they're moving it up. They are going from left to right. So we're going to see just what this Houston Dynamo team is all made about. We'll see what they're all cracked up to be. I don't see much. I'm just saying that right now. But yeah, the crazy thing is, so Houston now. That ball's going to swing. Here we go down the right side. That's good defense by Christian. As that ball goes out, it'll be Houston. So right away, defense for good defense for the Sounders. And this is huge, man. And we're gonna see what their set piece defense is all about tonight. So Herrera's gonna take the corner, ball in. That's a little short. Yeah, it's actually incredibly long, but it's gonna kick out. Here's Rusnick. He's gonna play that all the way forward as De La Vega goes chasing. But right there are two Houston Dynamo defenders, and it's played back to Clark. See what this is all about. Here's Herrera in possession. Not a lot of people there tonight. I'm actually kind of surprised by that, man. I thought Lewin, Seattle would show out for their first playoff game. We'd have at least a solid 30,000 in the building tonight. It looks very, 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 very scant. There's a ball up to the left. Looks like Houston is just trying to find rhythm with the ball at their feet, just trying to keep possession. Doesn't look like they're in any hurry to play the ball forward. But there's the press right there by Jordan. Very good. Very good. Here's João Paulo. Ball forward, down the left side. It looks like that ball got out right there. Yeah, there you go. And there's the whistle right there. As that ball got out. And so it'll be a throw-in for the Sounders. Alex rolled on. So as as that ball was played down the left side for Aliu, yeah, he took a heavy touch. That ball goes out. So Sounder throw-in. Here's what Alex rolled on. God, he's terrible. Here's the throw-in. And that's going to be a foul right there. Yeah, right there on the throw-in. Hector Herrera gets the call against him right there. Looks like he went right over the back of Jordan. So here's Ymar. Jackson Reagan. So play it over to Nihu down the left side. Plays it back to Jackson. Back to Fry. And that'll go out wide to Alex. Crosses it back over to Jackson. Plays it out to Nihu. Interesting, right? And now he's gonna go for it as he pops it out the left side to Albert Rusnick. And now all of a sudden the Sounders got number 4 as he plays it in. Here's Rothrock. As he circles around the 18, plays it back to Rusnick. Pops it over to Christian. Here's Nihu. Back to Roldan. As they are trying to find a way in. Looks like Houston's pretty compact defensively, so we'll see how this plays out. Here's João Paulo to Nihu. Over on the left, there's Rothrock. Sounders can't find a way in. This is going to be interesting, man. Here's Rusnick. As they are just cycling the ball, here's Rothrock as they're trying to find a way in. Come on, play that. There you go. There's the switch. Here's Alex Roldan. Yeah, they just can't find a way in. Here's Roldan, just There you go. Pop into the box and let your skill players do it. Here's De La Vega. Here's the shot. Ooh, and that deflects off of Jordan Morris. Here's Christian. Ooh, and Christian put one on. That was a save by Clark. As Christian put one right up into the corner right there. That was beautiful. Good work in there by De La Vega. As Christian took the rebound off a Houston defender and puts one on net, but there's Clark with a big save right there. And now the Sounders will have a corner. Their first of the night. Rusnick plays it short. Here's Alex Roldan. Moving to his left. Here's Jackson. Who's going to play it back now? Well, we're 6 minutes in, and Seattle's had an issue trying to get the ball in, but there was a foul right there on Jackson Reagan as he was playing it back. So it looks like Seattle will have a free kick in an advantageous position. We'll see how this plays out. So far, it looks like the Sounders are moving the ball well. They really are. The question is how quickly can they counter? How quickly are they going to be able to work on the counter? Maybe balls over the top, try to stretch Houston out a little bit. They're going to have to take chances. That's the reality. So here's Rusnick right now. He'll serve this in. He's going to play it. He's going to play it out to Alex Roldan. Here's the ball in. Ymar. Ooh, Christian. And now Houston will boot this thing down. And Seattle will have to go chase. There's Newhue. Man, wouldn't it be great if Newhue actually could provide service as an overlapper? That would be great. Here's Alex. He's going to play this back to Jackson. To Fry. Here's the press by Houston. Ooh, that was dangerous. Here's Rusnick. He's playing it forward. And, ooh. Looks like Jordan got held up, but he falls to the turf. And Houston will get possession. That was a little iffy right there. That ball will drop to Hector Herrera, who plays it forward. And that touch was a little too hard. Sounders have the ball basically in midfield. Here's Newhue, who's 1v1 as he's pushing this ball up the field. And that'll get out for a Sounder throw-in. Good defense right there from the Dynamo. And Houston actually has possession. So, the first trip down the field, the first real trip down the field for Seattle. And I don't know, man, I thought that was kind of a lame set piece for them, but I guess it was decent. Good ball movement. And there's an interception by Rothrock. That was deep in Houston's territory as he's pushing into the box and he will go down. And the ref says no call. Wow. Actually, no, there's the whistle right there. Yeah, I was going to say, because it looked like he got pushed from behind. Rothrock goes down and he's holding his shoulder. Yeah, there was a little shove right there. Maybe Rothrock maybe embellished that a little. But either way, I think Seattle's going to have a free kick right at the edge of the box. And that whistle was on a tour. So here we go. Sounders with a free kick. Seattle Sounders. Let's go, baby. Looks like Albert Rusnick will be standing on top of this free kick. God, he's got a goofy haircut. I'm telling you, man, hairdos these days with some of these footballers, man. Good Lord. Anyway, here we go. Houston's got their little two-man wall. As we're just waiting for the whistle. Here we go. Here's Rusnick. And he's going to play it up. Back post. Rothrock got onto it, but he's now arguing whether that went off a Houston defender. That ball was a little deep, but he was there. Actually, it does look like it went off a Houston defender. Oh, absolutely. That should be a Sounder corner. Brian Schmetzer, 17 playoff wins for the Sounders. That's the most of all active coaches. That's interesting. Schmetz obviously just signed an extension. And, as I said it on the top of the broadcast, it's like, man, he should be mentioned for Coach of the Year, dude. He's probably had his best coaching job as Sounders head coach this year. 100%. Just the things that he had to deal with to get the Sounders to where they are this year. That's stability, that's calmness. Here's Rothrock. Here's João Paulo. Back to Rothrock, and here's Jordan. He gets on it. Rothrock is pushing forward. Plays it up to De La Vega. And is there a whistle? Oh, okay. Referee says play on. Okay. Rothrock gets shoved to the ground, but there's no whistle. Okay. So I guess they're letting them play tonight. As Bossy literally just came up with two hands and shoved him to the back. Okay. That's how it's going to be. So let's see if Seattle can match the intensity. You can't just let them push you around like that. That's just not going to fly. Here's the throw in. Ymar wins it back for Seattle. Here's Reagan, who's going to play it forward to Alex Roldan. Here's Ymar. Back to Roldan down the right side, who's going to try to play it in to Jordan Morris, but that ball is defended well. That'll get out for a Sounders throw in, so they're on the touchline now. Here's the ball out. Looks like Ymar's got it. Plays it into Christian. Back to João Paulo. Ymar pushes forward. Here's João Paulo. You're gonna have to be be brave. Absolutely. And I understand the press, and that's gonna get down for there's gonna be a foul right there. As De La Vega hits the turf. You're going to have to be brave, man. You're going to have to put balls in. You're going to have to at least stretch that back line and give service to Jordan. 100%. Here's João Paulo, who plays it. Looks like he's going to try to play it up for Jordan. That's going to get over his head and into the arms of Clark. See, that's what I'm talking about. Even if it results in that, that's fine. Let your skill players go, do what they do. 1v1, I'll take Jordan all day. As Dynamo will try to play it out of the back. There's a press. It's turned over. Here's De La Vega. Can the Sounders make him pay? Here's the ball in, deflected. And Houston takes over. Ooh, that was a very, very, very good opportunity for the Sounders right there. De La Vega intercepts it high, but no dice. Here comes Houston down the left side. They're going to play it centrally. But the touch was too much as they turned it over. Sounders now have possession. And they're going, okay, there you go. There's a whistle. As Christian Roldan took a massive hit. Albert Rusnick, by the way, 32 games this season, 10 goals, 16 assists. Unbelievable. Unbelievable production for Rusnick. Sounders have the ball now as they're going to try to play it out left. Here's Newhue. Back to Jackson. Jackson! Great defender who who signed an extension this a couple of weeks back. Here's Yarmar playing it forward. Jordan's running, but it's turned over. And Clark boots that down, but it gets out, and so it'll be a Sounder throw in. Yeah, this is interesting, man. I'm very curious of the attendance for this one. I'm sure there was late arrivals, but there are seats available tonight. I'm curious, like, for a playoff game, I thought there would be at least 35 in the building tonight, but damn. Yeah, I'm curious about that, man. I know there's a lot of reasoning for the dwindling attendance, but here's Paul Rothrock as they switch it over to the left, as he's going to play it back out right for De La Vega. De La Vega, 1v1, who screams it across the box, but it was a little too high for Rothrock, who was attempted the header right there. Yeah, I get, the attendance issues with the Sounders. But that being said, this isn't some bullshit fixture against San Jose, right? Where you can miss that one. You know what I mean? These are playoff games. That was the best part about, Sounders teams of the past, because the home field advantage were the supporters, man. You would get, they would get a tremendous amount of energy from their supporters. It just seems that, something has changed. Maybe it has everything to do with their ownership group. I don't know. But so here's the Houston throw-in. As that ball's turned over, here's João Paulo, who puts a shot on goal, but right there is Clark. And I like that. I like that a lot from João. There was an interception as the pass went to Herrera right at João Paulo's feet. Without hesitation, he puts one on net. I like that, right? High yield shots that has a tendency to result in a rebound. So Houston's now trying to work it. Here's the press. Christian Roldan. Ooh, he almost got that one. Are they going to say Seattle throwing? Yep. Here's Rothrock. See what he can do from the left side. He's in the corner. Plays it out to Christian. Christian's going to dump it back down to Jackson Reagan as they're going to try the other side. Nope. Back to the left. Here's Newhue. Here's Rothrock. Ooh. Oh, and that's turned over. That was a bad pass right there by Rothrock. I think he was looking for João Paulo, but that pass was well behind him. So here's the Dynamo now. I will say that the passing, the Sounders' ability to pass through the middle of the pitch is a lot better. There's a ball in. Good defense right there by Yarmar. And Rothrock saves it. Is there a... Yeah, there's going to be a whistle. That's going to be a foul. That was a great hustle play by Paul. As the ball went in, Yarmar got a touch on it and booted it. It looked like it was going to get out. Rothrock basically races to the touchline, saves it. But there was a challenge there. And, so he gets whistled for the foul. There was, Dorsey came in to challenge. That was actually a good defensive challenge there by Dorsey. So now looks like Houston's going to have the free kick right there. And Herrera stands over it, so we'll see. Here's the ball. He swings it in. Ooh, and that gets over. That was a very dangerous ball in. And it just sails right over the crossbar right there. So it'll be a goal kick. Dorsey got his head on it. There's Ben Olsen. All right. As Stefan Fry is motioning for his team to get downfield right there, so it looks like we're going to have ourselves a good old-fashioned goal kick. What is he now? 38, Stefan Fry? Here's the kick. That ball sails down the left, headed off by Jordan. And Rothrock, he's going to get whistled. against Dorsey. 1v1 and Dorsey hits the turf. He gets the whistle. Yeah, it's kind of bullshit. There was some good acting going on right there by Dorsey. Looks like, oh, check it out, man. Rooftop is in the house. Yo, what's up, buddy? What's going on with you tonight? You want to jump on the stream, my man? Here's all right, so it's gonna be a Houston kick. Oh, he's doing the Yankees game. Fuck the Yankees. Here's Herrera. He's gonna play it back. Back to Herrera. As the Sounders are pressing high. That ball's gonna go into the middle of the field. Ooh. Looked like Christian was gonna make a play on it. Houston has possession. Here's Herrera. You're going to play that forward down the right. Here's Dorsey. 1v1 against Nihu. That was a good touch forward. And that's going to get out. That's going to get deflected off of Paul Rothrock, I believe. Oh, okay, that's awesome, man. You're going to give that's what is it? I'm to give you a view. Oh, that was nice of you, buddy. I'm glad you're here. Ooh, and the Sounders are playing it out the back with the high Houston press. Nearly turned it over. Alex Rodon's going to play it back to Jackson. Goes back to the right to Ymar as they're going to play it forward. Nice touch right there. Does Alex keep possession? He does. Ooh, that's going to get out. Who is it going to be? Looks like it's going to be a Sounders throw, and that was a good hustle play right there by Alex Roldan. Very good play to keep possession for the Sounders. Here's Christian. He's going to play that forward. He's got Jordan Morris on the run. Morris makes the touch, tries to play it in, gets deflected. He scrambles back, makes a nice touch. Nice play by Alex Roldan to keep possession. Very, very, very good play. Jackson plays it over to Ymar. He's going to play it forward. Here's Ymar. Plays it into Jordan. And it gets turned over right there. Good defense right there by the Houston Dynamo. Not allowing Seattle to get forward. That was nice. So here we go. So, by the way, Rooftop, who do you got winning tonight? You got the Dodgers or the Yankees? You tell me. I can't stand the Yankees, so I'm Dodgers all the way. Not that I'm watching it or anything. Because, our season's pretty much over. So, here's the Dynamo now as they got possession around midfield as they're playing it off to the left. As they're working it down the left side. That was a nice ball through. Ball in to Ponce. Ooh. That was actually a good way to cut down the angle right there by Fry. Ponce had to take a touch to the other side as that nearly got out. Here's the shot on net. Ooh, and it sails over the crossbar. Ooh, Artur. That ball pinged out outside the 18-yard box, and where Artur had a nice look at net. Takes a shot, just too heavy of a touch as it sails over the crossbar. Tell you what, man. That was, what that was? I'll tell you exactly what that is. That's savvy veteran play by a goalkeeper who's been around for a while. He literally took away the angle. Here's Nuhu. He's being harassed down the left side. He cuts. And, yeah, there's going to be a whistle right there. I think it's Costa Correa was harassing Nuhu up the left-hand side. Looks like Nuhu was getting a stern talking to. Huh. Interesting. Sounders got possession. Jackson Reagan. I like Jackson. As the Sounders are still trying to figure out a way to penetrate their back line. Here's Newhue. Plays it forward. Turned over. That was quick. Houston again with a heavy touch. That ball goes right back to the Sounders. Here's Albert Rusnik down the left side. Yeah, I didn't like that at all. But he switches. Here's Alex Roldan. That was a good switch right there. Plays it in. There's De La Vega. João Paulo. Ooh, he's got Alex Roldan in the box, but that was a little too heavy right there. As that ball gets out, and it'll be a Seattle corner. But second set piece here for the Sounders. We are about 25 minutes in, and while I do appreciate the Sounders' patience in possession, they still have yet to figure out a way to make Houston pay. I did not mean to rhyme right there. As there's some shenanigans going in the box as Rothrock is getting a talking to. Looks like Clark's trying to talk shit. So as this brouhaha winds down, as Elio is gabbing in his ear, here's Rothrock. Here's Rusnik. Ball in. Oh, and that'll get out. I wonder. It looks like it's going to be another Seattle corner here. Yep, as Dorsey was the one that got his head onto it. So they will try this one again. Here is Rusnik. And I'm curious, right? Because we've seen the Sounders play it short. We've seen the ball in. Here's another one. Good ball. That's going to drop to Roldan. Too heavy a touch as that sails over the crossbar, but that was awesome. That was their best look. That was their best look on goal. As Houston initially got the head on it, but the ball came right down to Christian's foot. So it'll be a Houston goal kick, and of course, Houston's playing out of the back. And I'll say it again, right? Playing like everybody wants to play that Pep Guardiola style of football, but if you don't have the talent in order to do it, see right there, Clark is getting harassed. And that ball's turned over. Here's Rothrock to Rusnik. Back to Rothrock, and now they're going to play it out. Instead of doing playing that little give and go between the two of them, now they have to reset. And all that does is allow Houston the ability to sit back and play deep. As that ball gets played back. Yeah, it's like, dude, I understand the frustration, Jackson. That ball's going to go forward. Here's Jordan Morris. Nope. Good defense right there. As that ball got played into Clark. And that's the thing. It's like they had a very good opportunity right there when they harassed Clark and that ball went to Rothrock, right? A little two-man give and go. They would have been able to get in the box right there, but instead Rothrock decided to play it back. And that ball's going to get out. Last touch by Roldan. Here's the throw into Herrera. As they're gonna try to. Houston's going to try to play this forward, but that's good defense by the Sounders. There's the switch to the right side. There's Dorsey, 1v1 against Newhue. There's the ball in. That's good defense by Ymar. Houston's trying to work this thing in. Ymar with a challenge. As that ball pings to the left. Here's João Paulo, and I think there's going to be a whistle right there. And it's going to be back to Seattle. A little dangerous for a little dangerous movement right there by Houston. João Paulo, by the way, passing accuracy 85%, not bad. Hector Herrera 89%. So yeah, very good. Very very accomplished leaders there in the midfield for both. As this ball is going to get played back to Fry. Seattle under pressure. Yeah, there's going to be a whistle right there on Ponce as Jackson Reagan hits the turf. I don't know about that. Looks like Reagan got a gift. How do you guys feel about this best of three? I think it's ridiculous, man. That's the thing is I still think that should be just a 2-leg home and home away goals. This whole best of three is 100% a cash grab. There you go. So Fry plays it forward, kicks it out to the right to Niuhu. As the Sounders are trying to figure out a way to bust through Houston's press, but they don't. There was a turnover there. De La Vega. Houston's trying to play it forward, and that touch was way too heavy, so Seattle has possession again. Here's Rothrock trying to play it through the middle. Here's Rusnik. Out to De La Vega. And turnover right there. That was a terrible touch right there by De La Vega. Played it behind Christian Roldan. Here's Niuhu. And again, Seattle will reset by playing it back to Jackson. Here's Yaimar trying to push forward. That pass was way too ahead of Jordan. But Houston, that being said, Houston turns it over again. So Seattle will maintain possession. I would probably assume that they're possessing at a 70% clip. Here's De La Vega trying to play it forward. Now, here's Cascarilla. Oh, that ball's turned over. There's a whistle. God damn it. I don't know, man. Niuhu was at his back. He just falls and gets the whistle. God damn. Carrasquilla. We got Luis Felipe SCCP KM Tamalor. I have no idea. What does that mean, sir? All right, so Houston's playing it forward now. As they'll go out left. Here comes Escobar playing it forward. It's good defense right there by Alex Roldan as he shut down the entry into the box. So Houston has to reset. Here comes the Seattle press. Here's Escobar. To Herrera. Plays it forward. And Yaimar shut it down. That's good D right there. Dude, Yaimar is amazing, man. He's easily our best defender back there. That dude's everywhere. There's a switch to Dorsey. Niuhu. And that cross by Dorsey is going to get all the way up past the back line. So it's going to be a Seattle goal kick right there. That was Niuhu's ability to close that down was amazing. Because Dorsey had space for days, and then all of a sudden, gone. He was forced to make a rush cross, and that thing gets out. But Houston's pressing. That was a good pass right there by Stephon Fry. João Paulo. Ooh. Nope. Oh, there you go. He got a whistle. I'll tell you what, man. That was a nice little sequence right there by Houston being able to, It kind of looked like yeah, that pressing was excellent. I'll just say that. So here's Yimar. Seattle has the ball after the free kick right there. Here comes Yimar past midfield. Plays it in. That was just too heavy. Looking for Christian Roldan. That ball was far, far, far in front of him. Cascarilla will play that forward. That was a good ball forward. 1v1 versus Yimar. No call. That was a good challenge. Here's João Paulo. Alex Roldan plays it forward for Nuhu. Here's Albert Rusnik. De La Vega. Nope. Ball was a little bit behind him, and De La Vega just let that one go. Yimar again with the challenge, but there's looks like it's Escobar. So both teams are having difficulties at this stage. Seattle has yet to figure out a way to get to pierce Houston's back line. Same thing with Houston. I mean, they've looked good in possession though. Both teams look good in possession. They're trying to play it down the left side. Here's Escobar. Yeah, they're going to play it back. But Seattle's press has been good. Not a lot of room. That's a great play by Jordan Morris, but that challenge ended up going straight back to Escobar. Here's Herrera. And they're just going to let him dribble out of it. Sweet. Yeah. That's the problem. It's like, if you're going to give Herrera room to operate, man, he's capable of putting one downfield on a dime. That's a bad turnover by Houston in the midfield. We'll see what the Sounders can do here. I don't understand what Nuhu was doing right there, but here's Rusnik trying to play through the middle of the park. Here's Christian Roldan. Forward to Jordan Morris. Oh, that was too heavy of a touch by Jordan. Good hustle though. As Christian actually found Jordan through the middle, just a little bit behind him, and now here comes Houston on the counter. Dorsey down the right. Reagum's got him 1v1 outside the box. Back to Cascarilla. Here's Dorsey again. Oh, that was a good play. Here's De La Vega with the steal. Oh God. Yeah. And then he plays it forward, except there was nobody there. Rothrock still hadn't come into that area yet. And so it was what looked like a good break for the Sounders right there ends up being a turnover. God damn it. God damn it, De La Vega. Unreal, man. Here's Escobar as they're working it down the left. Here's Herrera. Escobar surrounded by 3 Sounders, and yet he's still able to dribble out of it. Good Lord. Back to Herrera. Here's Dorsey on the right. Plays it forward to Cascarilla. Back to Dorsey. As that ball ping-pongs a little bit. Yimar clears it. Houston retains possession. Cascarilla plays it forward to Dorsey, but that ball is taken away right there. Good play by João Paulo. Here's Christian Roldan in traffic. Plays it forward to De La Vega. And then, dude, you play it to the outside shoulder and let Jordan go chase it. You don't play it to the inside shoulder of the defender. Golly. That's the second That's the second terrible pass right there by De La Vega. He makes up for it, though. That's a good challenge. As Houston has to reset, as Seattle's pressing forward. That ball's played back to Clark. Well, at least defensively, he's making up for it as Clark plays it forward, but right to Alex Roldan. Here's De La Vega, who tried to play it over to Rusnik, but again, right to the foot of the defender. And Houston will retain the ball up high in their end. As they switch to Dorsey. Here's Herrera. Credit the Sounders, though. I mean, defensively, especially in the middle of the park, they're doing their jobs excellent. They're that's the best what you would hope. But every time they try to break on the counter, their ball forward is just not accurate at all. Here's Roldan out to Dale. Here's Jordan Morris down the right side. Let's see what Jordan can do here. Plays it forward. Here's De La Vega. And he shoots, and that goes a mile over the crossbar. Good idea, though. Good idea, but, yeah. That was never going to play that way. That was a good little weighted pass right there by Jordan. I would have preferred De La Vega to try to pop one into the box right there because he did have Rusnik running. But it will be a Houston goal kick. We are in the 42nd minute right now. No score. As Clark will play that. And it'll drop to the Sounders. And I have no idea what João Paulo was thinking right there. He just played it forward. Paul Rothrock was standing there on the left side with his hands up like, dude, what's up? Yeah, and I understand, man. I understand the frustration because the decision making going forward is mind-boggling. So Houston's in possession here. Rothrock made a nice challenge right there, but that ball's going to get turned over. Here's João Paulo. Out left to Niuhu. Here's Rothrock back to Niuhu. As the Sounders now actually have to play it back. Arm in the chat room says, let's go Seattle. Amen. Amen. Let's go Sounders. As the Sounders are trying to figure this out, there's the ball over to the left. Here's Rothrock. There you go. Play it. There you go. There you go. God damn it. Yeah, you're gonna have to be brave a little bit. Play it. Play it to the goal line and put your weighted pass into the 6-yard box. Seattle has the corner. You're going to have to take chances. Seattle's pretty good on these set pieces. You have Jackson Reagan and Ymar. Here's the ball in. That ball's going to sail. Houston tried to attempt to clear it, but yeah, they didn't. I think there's a whistle, though. So the Sounders blow another opportunity. It's unreal. And it looks like Houston's married to playing it out of the back. And of course, there's Rusnik. He's going to try to press it. As that ball goes midfield right there. As it hits Alex Roldan. And that ball's going to get out. Last touch by Aliu. Sounders throwing. Here's Alex Roldan. Let's see what he does here. 1 minute of stoppage time here in the first half. Here we go. Here's Jordan Morris. Plays it in, and there was nobody there. But right there is De La Vega. That'll get out. Sounders corner. Good hustle right there by De La Vega. Yeah, that's the thing is, Jordan actually ended up with that ball as he's running down the right side, played it into absolutely nobody. But as Houston was trying to clear it out of the box, De La Vega swooped in and made a great play right there. Good hustle play. Here's the ball in. Headed away by Houston. Here's Rusnick again. Plays it in. De La Vega. Turned the wrong way. Newhue. Here's Alex Roldan. And there's a whistle. Golly. Good Lord. Unbelievable, right? And yeah, actually the whistle was at the end of the half. So we are at halftime here in Seattle. No score. And my assessment of the first half, man, both teams are struggling with that final pass into the final third. I think both teams, as far as possession goes, have done a very good job of moving the ball around, resetting when they had to. But as far as taking that chance of, trying to be a little bit brave and trying to get their skill players on the ball, both teams are just struggling mightily with it. I think Seattle has had a few more opportunities there, especially when Seattle, puts in that little mid block, and they're able to turn that ball over in the midfield. And we saw that right there within the last 15 minutes of the first half. De La Vega had two very good opportunities to play the ball forward, and then his touch was either too heavy, either to the defender on the inside, or it's so far out on the far shoulder that it's unplayable for Jordan. So there's a lot of things that both teams need to clean up. The crazy thing is, on the Houston side of things, Seattle's defense has done a very good job of essentially locking down the 18-yard box on their side of the field. I don't think Ponce had a shot on net in that first half. I think really Houston's best opportunity, they sailed it over the crossbar. So, credit Seattle's defense. I think so far in the first half, that's been the star of the show so far, Seattle's defense. But one thing that I will say, though, is that when Jordan Morris and Albert Rusnick aren't efficient in the attack, that's where you're going to have to get goal contributions from your outside wingers, which means De La Vega and Rothrock, which means if you're good, here's the thing, it's you can't just be camped on the touchline. You're going to have to move in. You're going to have to be a little bit more inverted. And if that means you have Newhue on the overlap, so be it. But that being said, it's you're going to have to take more chances 1v1. And you're going to have to, instead of that first initial touch going backwards, it's going to have to go forward. So you're going to have to get a little bit creative with Rusnick and Jordan Morris in the box. And that first half, we just didn't see any of that. So, it is what it is. As we look around Major League Soccer, and let's see what we got here, because I know there's who did we have today? Yeah, we had LAFC in Vancouver. That went last night. LAFC did exactly what LAFC is supposed to do. Uh, they did a brilliant job last night, and I think that the speed and the intensity of which in which LAFC actually come at you. There's a reason why Seattle has struggled against a team like LAFC, because they just do a lot of things well. It's just the speed and the intensity in which they play. They did a very good job with that last night. At least Vancouver was able to get that goal late in the 5th minute of stoppage time in the second half. Dennis Bwanga getting a PK goal in the 30th minute, and Christian Oliver in the 57th. And LAFC gets off to a good start right there in the West. The LA Galaxy. Now, I don't know if you guys were surprised by this. I certainly wasn't. The LA Galaxy beat Colorado 5-0. Ricky Puig gets a brace. Nelson ended up getting a goal in the 52nd minute, and then Joveljic gets a brace as well too in the 32nd and the 75th. I'm not surprised at all, right? Like, in the context of the fact that Colorado, it's funny. I was actually talking to my brother about this, and he was hell bent that Vancouver was going to lose to Portland, and of course we saw exactly what happened in that play-in game. But when you look at how that team was coming into the playoffs, they certainly weren't playing well, and it was the same thing with Colorado as well too. If we remember back to the summer, Colorado had a pretty solid Leagues Cup, and it was looking like they were going to have some momentum going into the final month. They certainly didn't finish the season strong, and when it came to this particular playoff matchup, this was like the worst possible scenario for the Colorado Rapids. And sure enough, man, LA, who has been consistent all season long with that attack, that front three is probably it's right up there with Miami and LAFC. And when they you get right there at the summer at the summer window, they bring in Marco Royce as well too. And so when you combine that with Puig and Joveljic and Peck and Paintsel, good Lord, man, that is that's deadly. And the only thing that LA Galaxy, the only thing that potentially holds them back is their defense. But because Colorado is so well, I'm trying to say this without being rude, but because Colorado is so mid, LA doesn't necessarily have to necessarily worry about the defensive side of things. But as far as I'm concerned, man, both LA teams are going to be a force in the playoffs. And LA Galaxy got off to a very strong start. Same thing with LAFC. Orlando. This was the interesting thing, man, because I actually thought Charlotte is the better team. And I thought Charlotte came into the playoffs a little bit better than Orlando. I'm not saying that Orlando didn't, but I like the makeup of Charlotte. But they get 2 goals, man, from Torres and Ojeda. And then Charlotte takes a red late, man, from Beal. And so now, that's the worst possible scenario going into game 2. Clean sheet there for Orlando. And kudos to Orlando. That team quietly has had a very good season. The other one was Cincinnati and NYCFC. And Cincinnati wins 1-0. Yamil Assad gets a goal in the 51st minute. And again, the red card came out in second half stoppage time as Gray ends up taking the red. So he's gone in game 2. But I'm happy, man. I'm happy because we're going to see Columbus handle their business, I believe, against the Red Bulls. We're going to see that. That's coming up tomorrow. So we're going to see that, it's all going to shape up for a hell is real derby in the next round. I can't wait for that because as far as I'm concerned, right, there's only 3 teams in the East that are going to be in contention to get to MLS Cup, and I like the combination of Lucio Acosta going up against Cucho. I don't know, man. I like seeing 2 stars going head to head. But the thing about it is, right, it's you get the best. You're going to get the very best in the playoffs from these 2 teams. But I think everybody understands exactly how this is going to play out, right? The road, excuse me, the road to MLS Cup is going to go through not Colorado, but Columbus. And until somebody beats Columbus, I don't give a shit what they did during the regular season, right? I think everybody understands what Miami did and in the historic nature of what they did this season, setting the single season points record, right? Getting the supporter shield. None of that matters unless they win MLS Cup. How many times have we seen, how many times has the supporter shield winner gone on to win MLS Cup? It's very rare. I think I can count it on one hand. It's rare. It's rare to pull off that double. For Miami to legitimize this, it goes through Columbus. And right now, granted, I understand. Columbus is the better team. Wilfred Nancy is the better manager. And when this thing shakes out in the Eastern Conference Finals, we're going to see it. I have Columbus going through. They're just better coached. And they get the most out of it. Now, granted, Miami's a very good team, man. Miami's a very good team. But, I don't think any team in Major League Soccer gets the most out of their talent like Columbus does. But that being said, though, Miami was awfully good in that game against Atlanta. I actually liked what Atlanta did. For those that are wondering, the first game a couple nights ago between Miami and Atlanta, I thought we covered it here on the channel. And I thought but Atlanta had a great game plan. A lot of people point to Brad Guzan as having a good game. For Atlanta at least, the guy who I couldn't take my eyes off was Dax McCarty. After Miami goes up 1 within the first minute, there's a tendency for things to fall apart quickly because Miami is just that good. And, the idea that they can double up is right there. But the calming influence of a dude like Dax McCarty settled that team down, and they just slowly you can slowly see them chipping away, slowly getting upfield, and slowly making those connected passes. And soon enough, they equalized. And then once it got to the second half, man, it was who was going to be able to take advantage of that first. And I thought Atlanta did not come out with a sense of urgency after that first half. And then, of course, Jordi Alba hits the winner from outside the 18. But that being said, man, I thought they did a very good job of not allowing Messi to beat him, although Messi did have some good looks in that one. I like the fact that Atlanta was willing to pick their poison and take Messi out of the equation. It's going to be interesting to see what happens in that second leg in Atlanta. But that being said, if they can get it, man, that's a good one. We got Grizzo in the chat room. Thanks for joining us tonight, Grizzo. Seattle Sounders FC win. Well, we're at the half, and it's still 0-0. But we'll see what happens, man. What do you think is going to happen, Grizzo? You calling for a Sounders win? What's your final score? What do you got in it? Let me know. I that's the thing is I think these playoffs are going to play out. If Seattle can get past Houston, then I think it's a matchup with LAFC. And if this thing was a 2-legger, I would probably think that it favors LAFC. But for a one-off, I don't know, man. With Seattle's defense, that thing is going to be a pretty interesting. That would be a pretty interesting matchup. I think, if it was a two-legger, I think that would easily go LAFC's way. But one game with Seattle's defense, I don't know, man. I probably might take Seattle. Grizzo's back. He says he's from Brazil. Let's see. I am Brazilian, and I'm betting on the Sounders if they beat it. The odds are 14 times. Yeah, it's good money, man. What part of Brazil are you from, Grizzo? Are you from Sao Paulo? Are you a Palmeiras guy? Sao Paulo? Let me know. I'm curious. I think I was watching the Brazilian Primera. I think I was watching Flamengo. Sao Paulo? Okay. Yeah, I was watching Flamengo. Yeah. Interior de Sao Paulo. Yeah. I have yet to see your country yet. I would love to go to Brazil. Of course, I've seen beautiful pictures of Brazil, but I have yet to get there. But SC Palmeiras. Yeah, Palmeiras. Yeah. I got to be honest with you, Grizzo. I don't know if I'm a Palmeiras guy. I like Fluminense. Yeah, Palmeiras. Yeah. Yeah, Fluminense, Flamengo. Who's the other guy? Who's the other team that I like? Corinthians. I'll tell you what, man. The Brazilian league is fire, though. I'm a big fan of it. There's the two leagues in South America that I like. Actually, three. It's the Brazilian Premier, the Brazilian Premier, the Argentinian Premier, and then the Colombia. Colombia's got a fire league. Yep, good times. Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that Colombia's got a very good top flight down there. They produce a lot of good players. The crazy thing is that there's a lot. Let's see, we got Amana AMG River. I don't know what that means, man. One of the things that I like about the South American leagues is that they're selling leagues, man. They do not have a problem selling their young talent abroad, and we see it here in Major League Soccer because we've got a couple Brazilians here, which is something that the Mexican League should take a page out of, because Mexico's starving, man. As we're getting set for the second half now, and I'm hoping, as far as I'm concerned, man, Seattle's got to clean up that final pass, man. In order to get in, they're going to have to be a little bit braver, take a couple more chances. Seattle will start here with the ball in the second half. Here's Christian Roldan. Nice little play right there. And that'll kick out to Nihu, but there's a whistle. Here's João Paulo. Yaimar plays it down to Pedro de la Vega. Who's going to play it in? Oh, here we go. Oh, good defense right there. And I think are they going to say, they're going to give it. Oh, that's a goal kick. Oh, boy. That looked like Herrera. Last touched off of Herrera, but I guess not. Yeah, the crazy thing is that when I watch Copa Libertadores, man, I'll tell you what, there's nothing like it. Oh, here we go. Yeah, well, that was a good shot right there, but that one goes wide. As Aliu, was the benefactor of a ball that was played forward. He was onside, but that's really kind of the first semi-real chance for Houston right there. But here's Rothrock, plays it forward. That's Christian Roldan, Here's De La Vega. He's going to try to play it into Jordan, but he played it too shallow. And there's a turnover right there. God damn it. But that's another turnover by Houston. Here's Christian Roldan. De La Vega. As Yarmar comes up and keeps Seattle possession. Here's Rothrock. He's going to try to play it in. Here's De La Vega, who tried to give and go, but just turns the ball over. That's now the third errant pass from De La Vega that's led to a turnover. They're just, dude, he's coughing the ball up. Here comes Houston through the middle of the field as he goes to Aliu. Moves it over. Oh. That was a great play by Aliu as he runs to the touchline, puts the ball in. Good defense right there by Jackson. And Ponce, they say that the ball touched off Ponce. So Seattle has a goal kick, and now they're moving forward. That was a dangerous ball in. That was a great play by Houston, as they took a chance running to the end line right there. That was a good ball in. Jackson Reagan played good D though. Here's De La Vega. Plays it into João Paulo. He's Brazilian. Playing out left to Rothrock. Heavy touch. He goes in. Rothrock. Ooh, and he found Jordan Morris. That ball gets out. As Clark was right there to stop Jordan from getting a goal. That was a good play right there by Rothrock. Gets around the corner. I think that might be a Seattle corner, yeah, for sure. But now all of a sudden, both teams are taking chances, and I like it. Here's the ball in. That ball will drop, but it looks like Seattle. Oh, okay. Looks like they might have had possession there. As Jordan Morris is down, looks like he got knocked on the head there. And now we got a little brouhaha inside the 18-yard box. As we have Briscoe again, Seattle Sounders FC, go. Looks like you want this more than me, buddy. As we're going to find out what this skirmish is going to result in. Siachenko is pushing away Rusnik. Dude, I hate Major League Soccer refs. The pro refs that govern the matches here. Some of the worst refs in the world. Good Lord, are they bad? And now Jordan Morris is down. Looks like he's going to be okay, though. It looks like the Sounders are going to make a change. Looks like Georgie Menindingo is coming in, and it looks like Raul Ruiz Diaz is about to check in. So Jordan Morris is going to come off. And Dorsey just drove him to the ground. Good Lord, man. So Jordan's going to come off here in the 51st minute. And looks like Raul Ruiz Diaz will take his spot. Not exactly not exactly a very good playoff showing for Jordan. But that being said, his service was not great at all. And De La Vega comes off for Meningo. So Georgie steps on the field, and I'm actually quite relieved because, dude, I swear to God, De La Vega was the liability tonight. Let's see if the Sounders' fortune can change here. Is Houston's going to play this one out of the back here? I don't know. Clark boots it forward. Here's Ymar. Seattle retain possession. Here's João Paulo. Plays it forward to Raul. Maintains possession. Here's Rusnak. Rothrock. Down the left. Spins. Okay. Man, there's a foul right there on, looks like New. As he was playing 1v1 up against Karaskia. There we go now. Houston's playing it out from the back. As Rusnak is pressing, same thing with Rui Diaz. As now they switch it off to the right. Here's Karaskia. Good defense right there by Jackson Reagan as he depossesses them right there. Here comes Rothrock down the left side. Rothrock trying to play it forward. And that ball's going to get out, but how do they rule this? Is this a Seattle corner? Sounders have taken the majority of corners, set pieces tonight. Nope. They will say Houston ball. Good Lord. So here's Clark. Oh, that was turned over. Here's Meningo. Oh, that ball gets behind him, though. Seattle almost had one. Oh, and they do. Oh, and it's going to be Seattle ball. Oh, as Raul Rui Diaz came into the challenge. And now a yellow card comes out for Herrera. That took huge balls by Rui Diaz to go in 1v1. As he came racing in, make the challenge, and Herrera steps right on his foot. Down goes Rui Diaz. And it'll be a Seattle free kick in a good position right there. Albert Rusnak stands over it again. Can Seattle break through? 55th minute. Ball in. Oh, good play out there to Meningo. He goes 1v1 around the corner. Plays it over. Ymar turns, fires. Oh, it gets deflected and out. That looked like Seattle's best opportunity right there. As Meningo played it in, gets deflected by Rui Diaz. Ymar turns in, fires, it gets deflected, and I think that's going to be a Seattle corner. So Seattle here, they look like they're on the precipice here. 56th minute. They've had two set pieces in the span of the last 2 minutes. Nearly scored right there. We'll have the other opportunity. Are they going to play it short? No. Here comes the ball. In the box. Gets over the head. And Houston will clear. As Newhue will head it back to Stefan Fry. And Seattle will try again. As they'll play it forward. Alex Roldan plays it back to Fry. And he'll just boot this thing forward. Raul, look at that move by Raul Ruidiaz. Retaining possession. Here's Georgie. Plays it forward. João Paulo. Back to Georgie. Plays it back to João. And he tried to... Oh. And this ball is going to get turned over. God. Here comes Cascarilla. Oh, nice challenge by Yaimar. There you go. And that's the thing. It's like Seattle's defense keeps bailing them out as they were about to break. Rolled on down to Yaimar. Back to Regan. So they're playing it. God, here's Newhue. Albert's on the touchline. Here's Roldan. Here's Georgie. A little give and go right there with Ruidiaz. Oh, there it is. Here's Raul. Ooh. Oh. That was a nice little give and go right there between Roldan and Ruidiaz, as Rui got on the end of it, but then he, shanks it. Couldn't get it on net. Houston goal kick now. Man, it feels like Seattle's just knocking on the door right now. That was a nice play right there. But down goes Newhue. That's funny. Dude, he tried to pull the acting routine. He got the whistle, and then he jumped right back up. Good Lord, man. Here's Newhue. And looks like there'll be a whistle. So as we get into the 60th minute now, still 0-0 here in Seattle. Sounders are looking to break through. Here's Meningo. Tries to play it around, and he does. And as good as that play was to get around Dorsey, still gets depossessed. Houston's trying to play it through the middle of the park, but there it is. Oh, and there's a whistle. There's a yellow. Oh, and now we got ourselves a little scuffle. We got a brouhaha. A good old-fashioned barn-burning fight. As Jackson's down on the ground. God damn, this thing is getting testy, man. This thing is getting testy. As it started with Cascarilla shoving Jackson Reagan to the ground. He gets a yellow, and then everybody just starts piling in. João Paulo gets the initial yellow, although he got all ball. Good Lord, he gets a yellow for that. As everybody was getting to their feet, Jackson Reagan hits the deck. Rothrock and Herrera shoved each other. And we'll see how this plays out. So 2 yellows are issued, 1 to Cascarilla, and one to Christian Roldan. All right. So Cascarilla gets the yellow. And I thought that might have been his second. And now all of a sudden, and Jackson, so Jackson gets a yellow. And I think as they're trying to figure this out, I think somebody's getting sent off. Yep, and they're gonna there it goes. There's some VA. There's the VAR check. Somebody's getting set off right now. Because we'll find it out though. So initially, all right. And I think it might be Karaskia because he shoves, and oh yeah, dude, I think he put his hands on Albert's face. I think that's an automatic red. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's somebody's getting a red. Yep, absolutely. Someone's getting a red here, and it looked like it might be Karaskia because not only did he get into the face of Rusnik, but then he turns around and 100%. I think that's going to be it. Somebody's going to get a red, and there it comes. Karaskia is gone, and the Sounders are now up a man, and he will also be gone for the next match as well too. So this is absolutely huge for the Sounders, as VAR confirms that Karaskia got a little too handsy there. Puts his hands in the face of Albert Rusnik and then turns around and shoves Georgi Meningu. So Houston is now playing down a man. Yep. Huge. All right now. So now there's no excuse. Houston's down a man. Seattle can overload. And I would probably assume that they're going to take somebody off for an extra defender. Makes sense. And the Dynamo have their players down there warming up. Somebody's coming in. Karaskia leaves. And that's crippling, man. He's one of Houston's better players. Next to Herrera. So off goes Karaskia. As the Sounders faithful. Oh, they're giving him shit. That's awesome. But now that play has resumed, it will be Houston taking the free kick there. So Hector Herrera standing right over it. But Houston's now down playing with one down. There's a big opportunity for the Sounders. Here's the ball. That's going to get played out left. Seattle's pressing as they try to close the gap. That was a good pass right there. Escobar is going to play it forward to Aliu. See if Seattle can. That's a good. Seattle tried right there. Here's João Paulo. Moving in was Rothrock. That ball is deflected off by Jackson Reagan. As that'll get out, Houston throwing. Fossey tried to put one on. Dorsey with the throw-in. Good ball movement right here by the Dynamo, but that ball is gonna go way too high for Aliu, and that ball gets out. So now the Sounders have the opportunity as they have the throw-in. See if the Sounders can capitalize. They have a lot of momentum now. Here's Alex Roldan. Plays it into his brother. Here comes Rusnik. Down the right side. Plays it to Rothrock. Overlapping is Newhue. He comes in. Here's Alex Roldan. Plays it over to Georgie. Here's Christian. There's Newhue. He's going to play one in. It's going to get blocked. Back to Reagan. Seattle maintains. Newhue plays it forward to Rothrock. He's going to put one up. That ball's going to sail, though. Ugh. Houston, so Rothrock, that wasn't the greatest. That wasn't the greatest cross right there. Oh well. Seattle retained possession off the free kick. Here's Christian. It would be nice to have Obed Vargas. I'll say that right now. We'll have him back next match. Seattle's working it down the left. Now back to Jackson. Into Christian. Plays it in. And Rui Diaz lost the ball. But there's Seattle. There's the whistle on Herrera. Seattle's got a great opportunity up a man now. I would like to see. Yeah, here we go. Danny Leyva checks in. That's a great sub right there. I was expecting Danny Leyva to come in at some point. Seattle needs somebody who can put a through ball in. Very good passer. So Seattle's pressuring. Ball goes forward. Oh boy, takes a bounce over Jackson, but there's Ymar. And there is a whistle. Down goes Hans. As we got a card. And Houston. Looks like Herrera's going to be standing over a free kick. Good Lord, man. Here's Herrera. Ball in. Good D. As that falls to Baskey, who puts one in. Oh. And there was a bicycle right there. Looks like Kovalkiewicz tried to bicycle that one, but that goes over the crossbar. It's Houston all of a sudden. Here's Christian playing it quick out wide. Here's Georgie, who tries to put one in, but that ball gets blocked. It stays in bounds, though. The Seattle will try again. Here's Jackson. Plays it back over right to Georgie. 1v1. Actually, 1v2. But there's the whistle. And it'll be a free kick for the Sounders. And that one's going to get whistled against Aliu. As he actually went 1v2. See, the Sounders are trying to overload the right, and they keep trying to attack down the right flank, and so Houston started keying in on it. And now all of a sudden, Georgie's going up against two defenders, but we have a free kick, and it's going to be Albert Rusnik. Here's the ball in. Rusnik. Rothrock. There's a shot. Oh, and that goes well wide. As that fell to Raul Ruidiaz, and that's his second opportunity. And for the second time, his shot goes wide right. Good Lord. So Houston will have the goal kick as that ball is booted up. Played forward and up and out, and it'll be a Seattle throw-in. Both teams are hunting, but Seattle's got the man advantage. As they're trying to put numbers forward. And there was another, there's a whistle right there. As Herrera went in to make a challenge. Here's Rusnik. Back out to Georgie to the right. They're going to try this again. He's 1v2 out wide. And that's going to go out of bounds. And now it's a Houston throw-in. So Seattle's going to have to try something different because they're keying up on Georgie off the right. And that time was 1v2. They just can't get anything going. As the ref is telling Houston to make a play here. And that ball's turned over. As they're going to play that forward, here's Rusnik into the box. There's just nobody there. Georgie makes a great play. Gets the ball back. Back over to Alex. Plays it forward to Georgie. Back to Alex. As they're working it on the right side, there's Raul. 1v2. Here's Leyva. As there's nothing going on the right side, so they're going to try to switch this thing back up again. Here's Rusnik. Here's Rothrock. There's nothing there, so he's got to dump it back off to Rusnik. Here's Christian Roldan. Back out to Georgie. Puts it in. There's the shot. Ooh, deflected. Seattle retained possession, not the deflection. There's Christian Roldan, and he skies it out left. Houston. So we looks like a Dynamo player is coming off the field there for a sec. So Houston will be down to 9 for 30 seconds. Houston with the goal kick. Here's Clark. And there's the boot forward. Play it off of. Looks like Alex. Looks like Georgie and Escobar are playing 1v1 right down the right side, but that ball goes out. And on comes the Houston player that had to take off for a second. So Seattle on possession. Here's Jackson. Seattle's trying to push forward, trying to get something going. Here's Rothrock on the left. Jackson Reagan. Alex Roldan. Plays it back out to Georgie on the right. 1v1. Heavy touch. Turnover. Houston throwing. No, it'll actually go back to Seattle. Interesting. Here's Ymar. To Newview. To Rusnik. Here's Christian Roldan, who winds up, but that ball gets deflected. Out to Rusnik. Oh, and his momentum took him far too forward as he trips over that one. As Houston try to play it out, but Seattle retains possession. Here's Georgie. Nice touch. As that ball goes down, there's the whistle, and it'll be a Sounders free kick. Again, very good positioning. As Georgie Meningo gets the whistle, as we're sitting here waiting for the card. There will be no card. Just a stern talking to. Seattle at the free kick on the right side, right on the edge of the 18-yard box. Here comes Latif Blessing in for Houston. And Aliyu comes out. So Houston's bringing a little bit more pace up the wing. Let's see what Seattle can do here. It felt like for the last 15 minutes, Seattle's been on the cusp of something, but they just can't figure it out. Herrera comes off. Let's see if Seattle can take advantage. Here's Rusnik. Ball in. Oh. And that just goes through. Good Lord. There's a ball forward. Leyva will take it. Seattle gets possession. Here's Rothrock. Christian Roldan. Here's Danny Leyva. Plays it over to Albert Rusnik. Back out to Alex Roldan. Lays it off. There's a ball across. Here's Paul Rothrock. And that ball's Jesus. As he tries to go 1v1 bicycle kick over Dorsey. And that ball is sky. So Houston's trying to bicycle kick and Seattle's trying to bicycle kick, and neither have come even remotely close to the goal. But it looks like Dorsey's coming off. No, actually, he's staying in. Seattle's done a good job, man, against in that goal kick situation there, as they continue to retain possession. They just are sloppy in the final third. Here's the ball in from Monungo. Nope. As that'll get out. New Hugh with the throw in. Out to Rothrock. He tries to break around, and he does. Out to Rusnik. And that shot was blocked. Back out to Rothrock. Oh, that was a great. That was nearly a great play. The down goes Dorsey. He's acting like he got shot in the foot, but he's all right though. Get up, bud. That was a great play by Rothrock to get around, but Rothrock's legs get entangled in the feet of Dorsey. He goes down. And Rothrock gets whistled for the foul there, so I believe that's going to be a yellow on Rothrock. Seven minutes to go before we get to stoppage time. As Clark boots this down. And that's going to drop the Blessing, who retains possession. Ooh. There's the ball in. Great defense by Yaimar. He's there. That ball pops out and looks like Rothrock is trying to make a play on it. And no whistle. Okay, no foul. Play on. Houston's playing it in. There's the ball. Ooh, that gets ricocheted. Here comes Georgie. Trying to fly down the right side, but he gets held up. Alex Roldan will switch sides to New Hugh. Seattle's pretty much tried everything and has come away empty-handed. As Reagan's gonna play it out left to Rothrock. And he trips. But he retains possession. Wow. Now then he gives it up. Here comes Houston. Yeah. This certainly, MLS at its best. Houston's going to try to work this up the left side. Seattle's pressing. And that ball gets played all the way down the field, but here comes Seattle now with possession. Out to Georgie. Plays it around. Here's Reagan. Here's Rusnik. Here's Rui Diaz, who puts it across, but right at a Houston defender. And there's going to be a foul on Jackson Reagan, and it'll go back to Houston. Good Lord, man. And quite honestly, that was not a foul at all. Well, Jackson got his arm in there. This dude's acting like he got bit in the lip. You got the call, bud. Get up. Fucking blockers, man. So Houston will retain possession here. He's, Ponce is saying that he got bit in the lip. Houston will play that forward, but there's nobody there. Stefan Fry comes out. So Seattle will try it again. They've done a good job of maintaining possession, but what's possession got to do with, what good is possession if you can't put the ball in the back of the net? As they keep working it down the right, hoping something, what's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. They're going to try to play this one in. Here's Georgie off the right. Over to Raul, and he just skies it again. The Seattle supporters are trying to urge their players on. But so far, man, Seattle there's just no continuity. We are coming into the 88th minute here in Seattle. Ball's forward. Seattle does a good job of winning the ball back. Here's Leyva. Okay. Leyva does a good job of getting the ball back. Here's Menungo. Retains possession. Plays it all the way down. Off the back foot. They play on. Great job by Danny Leyva keeping the ball in. Great hustle play. Here's Rothrock. So they'll play that in. No, it looks like Christian wanted a penalty, but there's going to be no call there. He tried to play that in. Here's Rothrock. Plays it over. The ball is in. That's going to get over the head to Menungo. Here's Leyva. So they're working it to the right again. Menungo. Leyva. Deflected. Here's Alex Roldan. Here's Menungo. And that ball is going to get chipped, but nice playing right there by Yamar. That ball is going to drop. Cleared away by Houston. They just cannot find that final pass into the final third. Houston's playing with 10, but it doesn't matter. Even if they were at full strength, Seattle has just not been able to generate any chances. Since Rui Diaz has been on the pitch, he has been largely ineffective. Is this a Seattle deficiency, or is this, good Houston defense? So we have 12 minutes of added time. Jeez. All right. So there's still plenty of time for Seattle. Here's Menungo. Makes a great play. Ball in. Over the head of Rothrock. Here's Newhue. Tries to go to the line. That gets blocked. And it'll get out for a Seattle throw off of Dorsey. And and so they tried to throw in. It hits Rothrock in the foot, and then it goes right out of bounds. So now Houston will have to throw in. God, Credit Seattle, man, because they've every time Houston's tried to push the ball forward, Seattle has been able to retain possession just like this. And Rusnik tried to make a nice little flip play, but there's a whistle. This Ponce hits the deck. This Ben Olsen's on the touch line, just screaming at his players. Free kick for Houston. And here we go. He boots this thing to the left. There's Ymar. Makes a great play. It's gonna bounce off left and it hits Paul Rothrock. As he plays it back, Seattle retains possession. Here's Jackson. Pushing forward. Houston's done a very good job of maintaining its shape on the back end. Here's Alex Roldan. Plays it back to Jackson. Out to Georgie to the right. All over to Alex Roldan. Who's going to go to the far post? And that was a great that was a great punch away by Clark there. Here's Dorsey. And that gets intercepted by Jackson Reagan. So Seattle will try again. Danny Leyva out to the right. Here's Rusnak. Ball to the far post. Oh, and Rothrock got his head on it, but it goes up and out over the top of the crossbar, and it'll be a Houston goal kick. Golly. They just can't. That was better. That was better. So Musovski comes in. Looks like Rothrock is coming out. So Seattle's putting on an extra attacker. Reed Baker Whiting checks in and New Hugh comes off. 93rd minute for Seattle. We got another 10 minutes left. Goal kick comes down. Looks like Ponce made the touch. He's trapped between two Sounders as that ball gets out, and it'll be a Seattle throw-in. As they try to play it quick to the right, but it was played behind Monongo. And here comes Houston. That was a great play. That was a great play by Ymar as it drops. Here's Rusnak. And that ball was a little too shallow. That gets played out of the box. Houston. It ricochets off of Georgie, and it'll be a Houston throw-in. And Houston's just trying to bide its time. Side ref is telling them to hurry up. So Houston with possession. As they're going to go out the left to Dorsey. As that ball is going to get played forward, it's going to be out, and it's going to be a Seattle throw-in. The Sounders, man, I'm just telling you, they've been ugly tonight. In some aspects, they've been very good. And in other aspects, they just cannot get that rhythm when they need it. They're going to play that in. That ball's going to drop. And it's going to drop right into the hands of Clark. You know, it was interesting. Like, it's interesting, right? So they take off Jordan. Looks like as a precaution. And Rui Diaz, you know, his two best touches were egregiously out to the right. Nothing is on target. Seattle will try again. Here is Alex Roldan pushing right. They keep trying to work that right flank with Georgie Monongo, but here's Musovski, who holds possession. Reed Baker Whiting into the box. That hits off of Leyva. And then Alex Roldan as the ball popped down, trying to put a touch on it, but that goes far right, and it looks like it's going to get out. Looks like it's going to be a Seattle corner, so it did touch a Houston defender. And it looks like there's going to be a change here for the Dynamo. "36th minute. As Blessing comes off and Steris comes in. So that was a short night for Latif Blessing. Albert Rusnik with the corner. Can the Sounders capitalize? Here we go. Ball. And Houston will clear. Yeah, this is starting to get aggravating. Sounders will play, and that ball will get completely out. We have Dark ZXG penalty. Yeah, that would be great, man. I'd love it if we got a penalty at this stage. That would be great. Clark boots this thing forward. Played it off of Ponce. That was a nice touch, but Seattle retains possession. That's the one aspect that Seattle's been very good at. Being able to get the ball back as quick as possible. They're going to try this one again. Here's Alex Roldan. Stops on the pivot, plays it back to Jackson, who's going to play it over to Danny Leva. Out to Reed Baker Whiting. Oh, that's a nice ball in. Danny Leva puts it in. Ooh! Christian Roldan. And they're calling. Oh, yeah! They're giving the Sounders a penalty. Looks like there was a handball. As that ball was played in by Danny Leva, it caroms off of Christian Roldan. And then, oh, yeah, 100% that's a handball. As the header was off the mark, but it goes right off. Oh, yeah, that's definitely a penalty. Yeah, that's definitely a handball. 100%. You're from Brazil, huh? Well, I'm glad you're here. What part of Brazil are you from? Sao Paulo, Rio? Yep, and that was right off of Silva's arm. 100%. So the Sounders get a gift. As that header, that in ball from Danny Leva hit Christian Roldan hit him right in the money, but that header was not accurate, but that ball went right off of Silva's arm in the box. Everybody understands, man, if you're going to be in that position, you can't keep your arms out. So all of a sudden, it looks as VAR is checking. And I believe this is going to be a penalty. Yeah, it looks like it is Dark ZXG. The question is who's going to take this for Seattle? Yeah, 100%. You can't defend with your arms out like that anymore for this very reason. Zvyashchenko is arguing it. And it looks like Seattle's going to get a penalty here. As the ref is heading over to VAR to check this out. But 100%, the ball hits Christian Roldan. He puts the header on, and it literally goes right off of Silva's arm. 100%. This thing is going to be a penalty. And all of a sudden, the Sounders looks like the Sounders are going to be able to potentially win this thing. There's no doubt about it. From any angle, it goes right off his arm. 100%. Doesn't matter which angle you're looking at it. That ball carries right off of Silva's left arm. No, yeah, right there. It gets the entire arm and the hand as he tried to move away. But that being said, it's like, as a defender, your arms have to be out of the way, because you had a second defender there at the very least could clear that ball. Yeah, that's a handball. 100% that's a handball. Dink right there. Yep. The Sounders get a gift. And here's the decision. Oh, yeah. Oh! Oh, no penalty. How are you serious? No, that was a clear handball. And they say no penalty. Oh, dude, I'm speechless. How is that not a penalty? That ball caroms right off his hand. Unbelievable. You know, that's the thing. It's like, you know, you have certain rules in place for this and you have VAR that checked it from 4 different angles. And it was a clear handball. And here come the Sounders now. That ball's over the top, but that's going to be offside. Unbelievable. You know, I've been watching soccer for years, and in every instance where I've seen plays like that, where there's a ball in, and you know the shot gets redirected off an opponent's hand, and 10 times out of 10, it's ruled a handball. And when they go to VAR, it usually confirms it. And they say no. Oh my God. That is one of the. Oh my God. That's one of the worst decisions I've ever seen. This is one of the worst officiated games I think I've ever seen. And I think that's going to do it right there. There's the final whistle. And Clark is out there screaming. I think this game ends in a 0-0 draw. So Seattle basically played the entire second half down a man, up a man. And they can't capitalize. And then they get a handball in the 108th minute off a redirection of a cross into the box. It goes off of Christian Roldan into the hand of Silva. Into the fucking hand. And they rule it no penalty. That's fucking MLS refs for you, man. Like, I'm not going to call it some crazy ass conspiracy, because why would the league, want to fuck over Seattle like that? But that being said, it's like, if you have VAR, okay, if you have VAR, then use it. Use it correctly and make the right calls. That should have been a penalty. Seattle should have won this game 1-0. Unbelievable. I do not believe it. Unreal. But, that's the thing, is it shouldn't have came down to that decision anyway. Seattle had, here we go. We have spread piece clothing. Yeah. 100%. That was horseshit. Sounders fan need to make this clear. It's a penalty. Yeah, I mean, listen, it was 100%. If you have VAR, then use it, because it was clear. Leyva puts the ball in. Roldan tried to put a header on net. It's a bad header, but it goes into the hand of Silva. It's a handball. And from every angle, as they were replaying it, it hits the inner part of the arm and then it caroms off the hand. 100% it's a handball. But as I was saying prior to this, it shouldn't have came down to that decision, because Seattle basically played the entire second half up a man. And they could not get anything going into the final third. Like, possession-wise, okay, fine. Like, if you're looking for good parts, like, Seattle was very good defensively, and, in possession, they were fine. Pushing the ball up the field, they were fine. They literally gave Houston nothing all that. Like, Seattle's defense was so good, and their press and their mid block was so good that Houston literally could not get that many chances up the field. So there's that. But when it came to Seattle in the final third, they could not find that secret sauce, that missing ingredient to get into a position to put ball on net. As a matter of fact, in the first half, Pedro de la Vega had 3 opportunities, and 3 straight opportunities he either shot it out wide, or there was twice that were on the counter. He tried to play balls forward to Jordan Morris, and one of them went so far out on the outside shoulder that it just ended up rolling into the foot of a defender. Then he tried it again, but he put it inside to the outside foot of the defender. And it was what it like. There was a reason why he was taken off, because he was a liability. So then you get Georgie Monongo in there, and then they kept trying down to beat him down the right flank. And a couple times Monongo got around, but when he tried to put a pass in, there was just nobody there. There was a couple times where they worked it into Raul Ruidiaz, who couldn't put a shot on net. So, I hate to say it, like, Seattle beat themselves tonight because they just could not figure out that one little final piece, that one little missing ingredient. And then, of course, then you get the handball that wasn't. So I got to be honest with you, I'm absolutely just pissed off. I think it's fucking bullshit, and I don't like swearing, but fuck all that noise, man. It should have been a 1-0 win, but now all of a sudden, now we got to go to Houston off a draw. And, that's the thing. Historically, Seattle's never really been good in Houston, although we just did get them recently, but fuck, man. Anyway. Typical Seattle hate. We just got to work harder because this is how they treat us. Yeah, I guess, man. I guess. Well, that's going to do it for me tonight. Thank you for everybody for tuning in. This was really fun. Too bad that we didn't get to see a Sounders win. Should have been. But it is what it is, man. Apparently VAR just doesn't work in Seattle. But so we have Carlos, penalties. Seattle got a gift with the red card, man. When Carrasquillo went off with the red, you're up a man, right? You can overload. You can you can dictate the term on, you can dictate the match on your term, and Seattle just didn't do it. They failed. So it is what it is. Tomorrow, we actually have Yanks Abroad coming out tomorrow. It's a recap of the U.S. men's national team players abroad. Very good performance from U.S. men's national team players in the Netherlands. Malik Tillman and Ricardo Pepi had very, very good performances. In Italy, obviously Christian with the Olympico goal. Weston McKennie had a very brilliant performance. So definitely check that out. That's dropping tomorrow. And as this week goes, we will have more live streams as the MLS playoffs kicks into high gear. I very well might do Columbus versus Red Bulls tomorrow. So if you guys are interested in Cucho Hernandez, yeah, that sounds like fun. So definitely check that out. We have a lot of stuff moving forward here on Stateside Footy. Remember to hit the like and subscribe buttons. Definitely do that, because the more subscribers, the more stuff I can give you guys, like kit giveaways, stuff like that. So definitely hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. So obviously these videos get deep ingrained in the YouTube algorithms, and then hit the notification bell so you guys don't miss out on all the upcoming content coming up from Stateside Footy. I'm a little worked up, man, so I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you shortly. Have a great night, guys.